Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Jones. I'm the Director of Education with the Applications and Technologies Users Group. I'm very excited to welcome everyone to this Ascend 2024 preview with the Cloud ERP SIG. A quick reminder for today's webinar, you will be on mute throughout the session. If you do want to ask a question, please send it into the chat, the question area of the GoTo control panel, and I'll be able to answer those questions. We're recording this session. The recording as well as the slide deck will be available on the OATUG knowledge base. We'll also probably put the video up on the Ascend website. I know this preview is very important. I know we've completed a preview for EBS sessions. The ERP sessions for Ascend, we actually, via the call for papers, received the most sessions for this, or proposals for this, via the call for papers. So I want to let everyone know that we do have a very robust ERP cloud track at Ascend, and this SIG is extremely active. If it's your first time attending one of these, they do a lot of sessions. They are free to join. You can just look for them on the OATUG calendar and sign up for these, and they do a fantastic job. So I look forward to them going through all the ERP cloud sessions we have at Ascend. And finally, I'd like to turn it over to one of the SIG leaders. His name is Ravi, and take it away.
Thank you, Mike. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Ascend 2024 preview session. We just want to give you a high-level overview of what you can expect at the Ascend 2024, a premier event for Oracle users in the Cloud ERP SIG and tech area. You have a lot of extremely knowledgeable individuals on this call, and I hope you will find this session useful as you plan your attendance at Ascend. Now, what is our agenda for today? I'll quickly introduce the Cloud ERP SIG Board of Directors. We will review a quick summary of the sessions, what has been chosen for Ascend, and then each one of us will review specific sessions on the topics which all of us are passionate about. And then we'll take any questions. And as Mike pointed out, please try to ask as many questions as you can so that you are well informed. So here is the Cloud ERP SIG board. My name is Ravikant Prabhu. I am VP of Software Engineering working for Broadridge Financial Solutions, a fintech leader. I currently lead the Cloud ERP SIG as president. We have Jeff Hare, who is the founder and CEO of ERP Risk Advisors. He is the VP of Cloud ERP SIG. He runs our education program. And every month we have a target to have at least one session, sometimes two, thanks to the help what we get from Mike and Jamie from OATUG. Now, Bill Dunham, he needs no introduction. He is our current OATUG president. He is also a very passionate advisor to this group who has kind of steered the group in the right direction. We have Gustavo, Gus. He needs no introduction either. Well known in the Oracle area, has been presenting for a lot of years. He is our communications manager. Gus has been doing an excellent job in communicating all the activities of the Cloud ERP SIG. Brian, who is our president-elect of OATUG and one of the most knowledgeable individuals I have known on Oracle support. So if you need anything on Oracle support, Brian is the person to talk to. Lakshmi She is our Oracle liaison. Lakshmi has been helping us getting us great speakers for various Cloud ERP events, and Lakshmi will be covering some of the Oracle sessions. Now, in summary, SN 2024, we have selected about 42 Cloud ERP sessions, which is being presented by users, consultants, and system integrators on a wide range of topics, including but not limited to OCI, AI, patching, licensing, development, transformation, and more. There are also 24 technical sessions in SN 2024. Some of these sessions have touch points with Cloud ERP. So you may want to take a look at the sessions which is already published on the OATUG SN site, and then you can start planning your key sessions which you would like to attend. Now, as a first set of sessions, uh, these are the sessions which I would like to kind of review the contents and see which one of them would meet your requirements. And then if you see that they are of your liking, please add them to the schedule so that you can attend. Now, the first one is the Cloud ERP SIG, presenting the cloud migration, the art of the possible. This is a panel discussions which we have been running for the last several years, which has very good feedback and response. I would highly encourage you to attend this because the same set of people who are here today will also be on that panel, and you have a wealth of knowledge with these individuals whom I'm pretty sure in 1 hour you will learn as much as you would learn yourself uh, probably in 3 months time. Now, one of the key challenges what we have is always the Cloud ERP quarterly patching and the moving parts, and how do we address the patching within 2 weeks. So if your interest is in patching best practices, please attend this session which I'll be presenting. Now, one of the key items also as we look through cloud migration is you need a very effective organizational change management as you embark on your digital transformation journey. So if that is your interest, feel free to attend this session at the conference. Now, fusion pricing is one of the complex topics in the Oracle SCM Cloud. This is a pre-conference session. I would highly encourage you to attend this if your intent is to understand fusion pricing. Now, the next two sessions are of the latest and the greatest technologies, ChatGPT and generative AI. Both of them I'm pretty sure would be very interesting. There are also two key panel discussions I would encourage you to attend. One is on Oracle Fusion Cloud, a Q&A panel on financial, supply chain, and planning domains. And the other one is on AI panel on artificial intelligence. Uh, it would be a very interesting discussion, especially in a panel discussion. You have multiple experts in the area who give you different perspectives. Now, the last session, which I would focus on, is typical automation in the cloud ERP. You need to move setups from one environment to other. You have a lot of moving parts. Uh, this is a session by Config Snapshot, a great tool in kind of automating uh, and migrating the migrations. More importantly, understanding how the setups are between different environments. I would like to transition to Jeff next. Jeff.
Howdy, welcome everybody, and thanks for attending. I'm excited to see folks coming up in just a few weeks. It seems like it's the session will be here before we know it. Ravi presented a lot of great sessions. The one thing I'm going to point out is we already have a lot of really great sessions already recorded. So for those that haven't been attending our monthly webinars, I can think of the one I did with Brian, I think it was last October on support. I can think of the one we did with Taylor, which was a case study in December. But every month we have really good quality sessions, and those are available to OETG members via the recorded sessions. So you can dig around into the website and find those. So don't forget, there are some great lessons learned and some great recorded sessions out there already you can take advantage of. And perhaps by listening to some of those things, seeking out some help, further help within the conference, you'll even get more value out of the Ascend conference coming up. So our kind of forte as an organization is security controls. We're kind of the audit firm kind of gurus, if you will, or audit preparation gurus. So Ravi asked me to talk about some of the things that are in that wheelhouse. So the first one is focus on audit logs, or configuring audit logs, turning them on. And that's done by our very own Donna Curtis. So she's a member of my team, actually. The next one is a session that I'm co-hosting a panel with an SI and a customer, the good, the bad, and the ugly, talking about how to have more successful implementations. I think the most recent statistics I have heard is something like 90% of all ERP implementations don't have the desired outcome. So it's either not on time, not on budget, or it's not the intended functionality isn't implemented. So part of what we're going to discuss in that session is how to set your project up for success, so you have the greatest outcomes possible on the on time, on budget, and functionality perspective. Next one is a session looking at a cybersecurity risk, multi-factor authentication, single sign-on, OMG, oh my goodness, how to secure environments against malicious actors. There are some good topics in there. I've seen previewed that as well. And the challenge for organizations, I think, on the cybersecurity side is there is an assumption that Oracle secures the perimeter, and our cybersecurity risks are then handled by our SOC 2 report. And that presentation, I think, will uncover some other things that that would be valuable for you guys to think about in terms of overall cybersecurity risk. The next one is OTBI. It's not the functionality of OTBI. There's going to be a little bit of introduction as it relates to how to build and maintain customer reports, but it's also going to be securing OTBI and reporting, BI, admin reporting in general. How do you make sure that, especially if you're an HCM client, but even if you're a financials client and you have PII data from suppliers and other sources, how do you keep that secure in the context of OTBI, and how to, in general, just do you keep your OTBI folders and all that stuff kind of organized so that it's secure. Next one is going to be a great customer presentation based upon lessons learned from Oracle Risk Management Cloud. Definitely see many customers implementing Oracle Risk Management Cloud, and I think you'll gain a lot of insight from that case study. The next one after that is SaaS usage experts. This is Oracle's presentation. They're going to come in and talk about the service usage metrics reports, understanding how Oracle's looking at the information they have at their fingertips in a real-time manner, being accumulated on an ongoing basis about what might become a license audit. And that is something that got a lot more discussion at last year's Ascend. And I suspect that this will be one of the more popular attended sessions this year, just because nobody wants to pay more than they have to from a licensing perspective. So that's for a presentation from Oracle's perspective. The last one I'm excited about is a presentation from an SI's perspective. So an SI presented this one, and they're going to talk about Oracle licensing and common missteps. So there's a lot of sessions here that can help you reduce risk, have better implementations, reduce costs overall, and that includes licensing. So I think there's some real good value add in this and an ROI for the conference on these sessions. And I'm going to attend all these as well and look forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you.
Bill?
Okay, yeah, great. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Ravi. Thanks, everyone, for joining today. I'm going to cover, excuse me, I've got a variety of sessions here. There's 10 that I've picked out here to discuss. A good mix of users and associate members. And the first one is on the OETUG customizations and alternatives SIG. Last couple of years, we've we'll go through a brief introduction of what that SIG is all about. And if you're an OETUG member, you can join that SIG. But the last 2 years, we've actually had Visual Builder demos. This year, we're actually going to do an Apex demo that is going to kind of hitchhike off number 2 there, where we talk about Oracle Forms modernization with Oracle Apex. We're going to do a similar small little demo in that SIG. So you can kind of get a feel for what people are doing in that area. I do think, I'm just going to work my way down the list. I do think, like number 2, there are organizations that are doing these things now. So if you have Oracle Form applications that are, extensions to EBS or your own standalone Oracle Forms custom products, you can migrate them to Apex. And this is a good session where they're going to walk through that process. The third, the secret of cloud success. This is an experience from a user perspective. Talks about their lift to OCI, lift of EBS, SOA, OBIEE, various custom databases up to OCI, how it impacted them. They have a global footprint, so very applicable to large installations that have interest in lifting to OCI. Number 4 is on SaaS extensions, and this one, again, here we go, the Apex theme kind of working its way through here, but extending with Apex. We hear a lot about extending or enhancing with Visual Builder. You can also do it with Apex. So I've kind of been on this Apex ride here during my reviews, but Apex is hot as ever, as is Visual Builder, both very good options, obviously, for organizations to take into consideration. But what they did here is that they've modernized, created a mobile-based type application. Basically, they're going to show you real examples in this demonstration of what you can do. So again, a real hands-on, very good opportunity to learn something and bring back to your organization. Number 5, excuse me, how to maintain security when lifting to OCI. Obviously, security is a big deal, regardless of where you're at. But going to OCI, everybody thinks, wow, we're in the cloud now. The concern is greater, you would think, right? But this is an associate member going through basically what they've done. Their offering, they have product offering that basically does continuous monitoring for organizations and will allow you all, as you go in and sit through their presentation, kind of learn what they have to offer that further enhances your security once lifting applications up to OCI. Number 6 is around the multinational SIG. This is one of those, global implementations and lessons learned. So any, global organizations that are considering attending Ascend, this is a very good session to sit in to basically have lessons learned on lifting from whether it be EBS up into cloud apps or migrations of OCI. I think they're covering a variety of subjects, but talking about success factors, localization, issues or legal issues, project leadership, defining projects for success, especially in a global setting. Number 7, excuse me, surviving the cloud post-implementation. Obviously, getting there is a big deal because you've worked very hard to get through, the entire implementation. But now post-implementation, what's your footprint going to look like? What's your support team going to look like? What's your quarterly maintenance testing going to look like? Those are things that are going to be discussed in this session. And number 8, the secrets of developing and retaining your talented Oracle stars. Probably one of the biggest things, right? You think about, you go through an implementation and you now develop that skill internally. Well, what do you got to do to retain those folks? You don't want them walking out the door and being able to, make more money somewhere else. Pay them now. you've got a great group of folks that you've identified. Help them with challenging projects in the future. Build trust and basically respect, and allow these folks to continue to serve your organization. The last two, but not least, are two sessions that I'm presenting. One of them is on the project management in today's complex cloud and on-premise world. And what I'm really presenting is, there's all these methodologies throughout the world. Oracle's got a method. The big vendors have a method. You can define your own method. There's no, there are things and activities to do on these implementations, but what this presentation is doing is trying to bring a methodology that you can adopt and have it your own going forward. It's something that we're going to walk through a methodology. We're going to talk about cloud projects. We'll talk about on-premise projects because they still exist. And how do you handle all of that? Final one is number 10. What that is all about is really EBS focused. I am co-presenting that presentation with David Heisler from Oracle Support. This is on cleaning up primarily your EBS environment and what purging and archiving activities you can do as you lift your footprint from EBS up into OCI. So if you've got a 20 terabyte environment, and you can clean up 10 terabyte of it as you lift to OCI, that's going to save you some money. Okay, that's about it. Thank you all. Gus, I think you're next.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm going next. So I'm gonna be driving you through a few days, starting with Tuesday. So on Tuesday, the first session, I'm going to be presenting that one. So I invited you to come. And what I'm going to help you on that is, since there's a lot of people coming to the attending Ascend with eBusiness Suite, and they have been thinking about moving into Fusion. Well, because of our experience at Connects, helping customers, through that journey from eBusiness Suite to Fusion applications, I'm going to be doing this presentation, this session that will help you to see how you can get prepared for that. And not just on the application itself. It's like you as a professional, what are the things that you need to consider, the new lingo, the new things that you have to be prepared on your journey from eBusiness Suite, where you handle the databases as Bill just said, or like, okay, I'm handling the databases and purging the data, to a world that Oracle will take everything. Okay, will do things for you. So how to manage that, and how to work on that, and be prepared for that change. That is on Tuesday, 11:15. Now, on Tuesday in the morning, I'm going to do the second session, which is a guide to, again, we have heard that, okay, Fusion, you cannot touch it. It's hard to customize or tailor or extend. Well, I'm going to show you some real life examples of extensions of Fusion applications that we have built, and you can build yourself with all the capabilities that are over there in terms of how you can extend that, and what is the best practice, not just on how to use the best tools, whether it's as mentioned Apex or Visual Builder, Crowd Service. What's the recommended action, and what you should be doing in terms of getting prepared for that. Now, that day is the Cloud ERP SIG, our SIG. It's not listed there because it was just previously mentioned, but you're just going to go stop. You go to my two sessions, then you stop at the Cloud ERP SIG session, and then that same day at 4:30 is the third session, which is extending, and that is Ajay from Equinix. And Equinix is one of our OETG biggest promoters, Mohandat. So they have a lot, an extensive use of Fusion applications. And Ajay, who is the senior manager of cloud integrations at Equinix, is going to be presenting their approaches and best practices on extending SaaS. Okay, and this goes into how to work with Oracle Integration Cloud Service, what are the best ways and tools to do, and best practices on extending SaaS with the leveraging PaaS, Oracle PaaS. That's the third session. Now, I'm going to go into three nice hands-on labs. And these hands-on labs is a great, and kudos to Mike that has put together a great agenda for Ascend this year. With these hands-on labs is like you bring your laptop, okay? You're gonna be working there, we know that, but you bring your laptop and you're gonna sit there on the hands-on lab for OCI APM stack monitoring. That's on Thursday, 8:30 a.m. And you're gonna, Renee from Oracle, who is a platform specialist, is gonna walk you through and help you to prevent outages, or how to identify outages, and work with the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure stack monitoring. But hands-on, being able to touch and do and create and monitor and see what's the logs on that. So understanding the full capabilities of that stack, you can do that on that hands-on lab number 4, which is a stack monitoring. Number 5, it's also on Thursday, and this is also presented by Oracle. And this is important because I was just, during that week, there's also very nice for partners, an OCI, Oracle integration cloud product, generation 3. Many of the organizations running Fusion applications with Oracle Integration Cloud Service, we are being migrated into Gen 3. So, and these are, it's a hands-on lab to help you, but not just to Fusion applications. You can use OIC to integrate, whether it's you're using, all the features and the benefits of OIC over there, right? And leveraging, a file base, all the capabilities that are available on OIC Gen 3. And the last one, it's, we were talking, and there's a big topic about generative artificial intelligence. So this third hands-on lab, which is happening on Wednesday 1 p.m. Again, Renee from Oracle is presented this. It's going to be a 2 hours hands-on workshop that will take you to build. You're actually going to build a digital assistant, okay? And now you don't have just to be, because it's embedded on Fusion applications. We all know that, these digital assistants. But if you're on e-business suite or PeopleSoft, you can also build your digital assistant and have that integrated with your EBS or PeopleSoft. So this is actually something that it's oriented and it's part of the Fusion, and the cloud applications, Cloud ERP, but also you just can learn how to do that as part of your journey into the cloud. You are on a business suite, you're going to build your digital assistant, and that same digital assistant can be later on change the source. I'm not pointing into a business suite, I'm going to be going and working towards my Fusion Cloud ERP application. So very very good hands-on lab that if you are coming to Ascend, I'll probably see you there with the Oracle presenter. And I believe now it's time for Brian to continue with the recommendations. Brian.
Yeah, that's me. Thank you, Gus. Appreciate you, sir, and all of this wonderful team. So I'm going to come back to number 1 last. I'll do 2 through 7 first. Quick overview or a comment or two about each of them. So indirect taxes, 24-hour turnaround time. It's something that, almost everybody has to deal with. And so, that's a good session to talk about tax compliance, which is, there's sometimes urgency around, it's an intricate process. So 24-hour turnaround in indirect taxes. Second one is coexistence. I am very, very fortunate in our business footprint that we only have one ERP. That's not the same for everyone. Obviously, some people have multiple ERPs, and this talks about a coexistence between PeopleSoft and Oracle Cloud. So it is a necessary evil for some folks that have to deal with that that situation. Number 4 is something that I'm really excited about, as we get into, as an IT person at heart for me, and I'm in the IT umbrella and an IT leader, I try to seek out and challenge my team for, full automation and efficiency from end to end. It's not about automating, one process or one step. It really is, from A to Z. How much can we automate? How can we fully automate? How can we make our team and the teams in our organization more efficient? How can we have financial visibility to be much more transparent and more visibility? And so that's really about, end to end. There's so many things right now, whether it's RPA and AI, and you've got e-invoicing and document automation and, API calls, and there's so many things out there. So that's really about, really going towards full efficiency. Cash is king. Cash is always king. Some organizations, much more so than others, are very, very driven by contract billing and that entire process. So yeah, it's a good session to understand intricacies and improvements and possibilities in contract billing. Change management is always critical. I always enjoy sessions that focus on that. I think it's something that is sometimes overlooked or not given the weight that it deserves. In really focusing on, as you transition, let's say to the cloud as an example, or whatever your transition is, allow that transition to be truly transformative and not a lift and shift. How do you not only change your processes, but change your culture, change your thinking, and make a true transformation as through whatever transition it is that you may be going to. Reporting in Oracle and Power BI, there's Power BI Cloud out there. Power BI has been out there for a while, but you hear data all over the place, and data empowers AI, and data empowers everything. And so the ability to grab information and to report on information is absolutely mission critical. So, how do you increase and improve your time to value, with Power BI, with Excel, with reporting tools? The one I want to focus on is to come back to number 1, and that is the OATUG Customer Support Council. As Ravi said at the top, I'm passionate about customer support. For me, customer support equals good customer service. And so it is, if you will, the universal language within Oracle. There's a couple of things everybody has to deal with. One is everybody, no matter what you're doing, everybody has to deal with the UI that they have. And everybody at some point in time has to call Oracle support, or open a ticket or what have you. And I remember when I first started dealing directly with Oracle support in 2015, the message I got from somebody was, what you have to do, regardless of what it is that you open the ticket and you put it as a severity 1, you put it as an emergency, and then you call and escalate to the manager, and it doesn't matter what it is. And I thought that sounded odd, because if you escalate everything, how does something get escalated if it is really an escalation, whether it's payroll or whether it's geo-close or whatever the situation is? If I escalate everything, how do I escalate the real stuff? And so I got involved in 2016 in the OATUG Support Council. Miss Jackie Carroll leads it today. She's an amazing resource. I led it for a couple of years. And we talk to Oracle support executives literally every month. And we talk about issues. We talk about upcoming changes to MOS. We talk about severity realignment, which is something that we will talk about in that session. And there are other sessions about support. But this is an opportunity to talk to people that deal with support issues and support conversations. We're not here to fix an SR, so don't come in with an SR number and ask us what we can do about it. But it is to talk about the support process and how Oracle strives to improve their process of working with us, but how we, the collective OATUG and our user base, should work to improve our processes, and how do we work with Oracle in that partnership to ultimately get into better customer service and customer support. And I think I'm turning it over to Lakshmi.
Yes.
Correct?
Perfect. Yeah, Brian.
Correct.
I did not know that. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. I did not know that you were heading the Customer Support Council. Before I joined Oracle, I was actually a part of Customer Support Council, and definitely join and reach out to Brian. And that's a great opportunity for you to get all your support requests escalated and things like that. With that, I want to talk about ERP Cloud sessions that I will be speaking, as well as that are very much important to you. I know that a lot of you that are coming are EBS, primarily or currently on EBS. So I want to actually give 50% of the content to you, mainly to talk about, what are the applications, like what is coming in, what are the business processes, what are the AI applications that are going to be in ERP Cloud, as well as, what are all the generative AI and classic AI features that you can use in ERP Cloud. And if you are already on ERP Cloud, you can also, I'm going to also talk about Customer Connect, how you can use Customer Connect to vote your ideas, things like that. And I will also be showing some of the best of the breed dashboards that you can actually vision, like, analytics and things like that. So I'm going to cover a lot of stuff in the what happens in the cloud stays in the cloud. This will be a full overview, a roadmap, talk about AI features or all the AI applications. There are lots of AI applications released. So if you are already on ERP Cloud, you may not be aware there are several AI applications already available in ERP Cloud and backported. If you are taking quarterly updates, you are eligible to use those applications without any additional cost. So you will be hearing all the information that you need with respect to all that in my first session, ERP Cloud, what happens in the cloud. So don't miss that session. It's going to be a extremely informative and useful for all customers, whether you are on EBS, whether you are on cloud, you are a BI person, you are a controller, you are a CFO, you are a CHRO, any of your roles, any of your attendees will be extremely helpful. Don't miss that session. The second session is going to be another great session. I shouldn't be talking about my session like this, but my goal is to give you as much information as possible. If I equip you with information, you will go home and tell your bosses or your company that, hey, we need to start using Fusion Data Intelligence. So I'm going to talk to you about, show you everything on FDI, aka Fusion Analytics Warehouse, the reporting tool, because a lot of the customers currently go on trial on the FDI tool. And first thing that comes to their mind is, why did I not implement this along with my other implementation? Because if you see your data in FDI out-of-box dashboards, it actually opens up your eyes. You are like, oh, I did not define my categories correctly. Did I not do this correctly? So this session is going to show you all the out-of-box dashboard, machine learning components, how you can integrate, how you can actually, integrate if you're using third-party sources and things like that, how you can integrate. So everything that you need to know about FDI will be presented in this session. It's also a demo. Third is service innovation, the Oracle Service Proactive Story. Definitely add that to your calendar. And also, without further ado, introduction to Visual Builder. So Larry Ellison, I remember he said several years ago in one of the open world that, hey, whatever tool that we are using to develop in Oracle Cloud, we are going to give that to you so that when you develop PaaS application, that's going to look exactly similar to what Oracle ERP Cloud or Oracle Cloud products are. So the Visual Builder is the tool, and there are two sessions. There is one introduction to Visual Builder, and there is one more session, which is a hands-on lab on Tuesday, June 18th from 10 to 12:15, extending Oracle Fusion Redwood apps with Visual Builder. I will be on that session because even I need to get my hands on the Visual Builder. So do not miss that session. It's going to be hands-on lab. Then another session is experience the new customer support portal. I think it's very, very important if you are either live on EBS or ERP Cloud. I think this is very important. The future is now. You need to hear from the experts on the new customer support portal. And there is also one more session that I saw, which is a very good content. Is it's on Wednesday, June 19th from 10:30 to 11:30. Transformational changes to Cloud Customer Connect to support your journey. So every time I do a demo to the customer, I tell them, hey, have you ever seen the Customer Connect? Because that is where you vote your ideas. So now anything that you want to add to the new application, like for example, every quarter, right, Oracle releases new updates in cloud. It's like we don't bring Christmas gift once a year, we give Christmas gift every quarter. So that, how do we get that gift? How do I write a letter to Santa? I think that is the way you go into Cloud Customer Connect and post your idea. That's your letter to Santa. That's how you get your Christmas gift. So that anything Cloud Customer Connect, you definitely want to attend the session. It's going to open up your eyes on, hey, I didn't know that roadmaps are available here. I didn't know I could understand the new feature, implementation maps, things like that. Everything that you need, if you are live on ERP or if you're going to go live on ERP Cloud, that is the one-stop place for everything. So don't miss all these sessions. The hope is that by the end of Ascend 2024, when you go home, you're going to say, oh my goodness, hey, I didn't know that I'm going to learn so much stuff. I think that's the goal of this group to equip you with. And I am really fortunate to have the ERP Cloud SIG board, as well as Mike from the Ascend, from the Oracle OETAG board, really putting together the great show. With that, I'm going to give it back to you, Ravi. Any questions? Please feel free to post it in the webinar, but I'm going to hand it over to Ravi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lakshmi. I think that was a great overview. Now, couple of additional items. Oracle is presenting a EBS Executive Forum. This was also presented in one of the earlier sessions. I'm just trying to make sure it is repeated here, because if you are on EBS and then you need to know the direction where EBS is going, including but not limited to OCI, here you have a direct interaction with the top individuals from Oracle, where you can have your questions answered, with Cliff being in this session. Also, at Ascent, you have a lot of items as it pertains to AI, a lot of ideas, innovation, and items which will inspire you. So, as a user, what does Ascent mean to me? You have approximately about 36 hours, I would say. Now, in these 36 hours of intense learning, probably you will learn way more than what you would learn in an entire year, or if you attend an entire 5-day course, because basically every hour you are learning something, and that I think will make you extremely valuable to yourself. So please invest in yourself, because as you have heard, knowledge is power. So with that, I am hoping most of you who have on this call have registered, and those of you who are thinking will register after this session, and hope to see all of you at Ascent. I would like to thank all the presenters today who have worked extremely collaboratively to bring you this collective wisdom. And please don't miss the Cloud ERP SIG session, where again you will find all of us in a single session where you can have all your questions answered to the best of our ability. And if there is anything outstanding from that session, we'll certainly make sure that you will have your answers. I also like to thank Jamie and Mike from OATUG who always facilitate a great session every time we have a webinar. Mike, back to you.
All right, thank you, Ravi. I do know we've had a couple of questions in the question area asking about how they sign up for sessions. I mean, with close to 300 sessions at Ascend, it is extremely difficult to find everything. We do have a good search feature on the website, and if you are attending Ascend on May 13th, you will get an invite to the conference app. The conference app is phenomenal, so we do a great job. Everything actually on the Ascend website is being pulled right now through the conference app. So if you're searching for something on the website and then you get an invite for the conference app, you'll be able to add those sessions to your schedule. Kind of looking at the conference app and learning it is the best way to go about it. I recommend when that email comes out May 13th that you actually look at the web version of the conference app, add everything, and then of course download the mobile version so that when you're on site, your schedule will be all set. And it's real super easy when you get that conference app to search by track, to search by session type. I think the one thing that wasn't really discussed here is all the different types of session types that we have at Ascend. Normal Ascend sessions are an hour long, and we have, you know, close to about 250 to 300 of those. We do have Turbo Talks, and those are 30 minutes long. You'll be able to find some of those. We have solution showcases, which are also 30 minutes long, and in the exhibit hall, you can find those. We have customer-only roundtables where you'll only have users in there, no Oracle presenters or partners in there. We have something new this year, which are called Ascend Power Hours. Those are going to be hour-long sessions, and they're really focused on AI this year. I know that's a really good buzzword, and I know a lot of people that are going to the conference are going to want to take back some important AI innovations that they may be able to instantly use with their Oracle instance or products. So we do have a lot, and again, the hands-on labs and workshops are kind of new this year as well. Last year we had some attendees say, hey, we really want in-depth information, and that's where you can actually attend those. This is going to be generally 2 hours long, so you can go in and do a hands-on lab, bring your laptop, kind of open up the Oracle instance and play around with it. So those are going to be fantastic. Again, if you have any questions, you can feel free to send them to Ravi. His email's on there, or ask them at all on the, or you can send them to the Ascend, at the Ascend website. We have an email that you can put there. Again, everything is listed on the Ascend website. So if you do have your further questions, I recommend everyone go there. I'm going to thank the ERP SIG for doing this so quickly. And this will conclude the webinar. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Ravi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.